Welcome back to the next lecture of this electrochemistry part. So previously we have seen some introduction of this transport numbers and why this transport numbers has been incorporated into this electrochemistry part. So these ions which are present in the electrolytic solution are like they are electrolytically neutral solutions, okay, but since there are the differences in the sizes of cation and anion, so due to the difference in the size of cation and anion which is present in the given solution, there is a difference in the velocity of or the speed of that particular ion. So there might be like case in which cation is smaller and anion is bigger, so due to which what happen, the cation will migrate faster due to the smaller size, because it will have the less repulsion from the other molecule, so it will transport it quite faster in comparison with the anion. So what will happen due to this, the cation will reaches to the uh, cathode with maximum speed, and anion will attracted towards anode with lesser speed. So does that affect the overall flow of electricity? Because electricity should be only happen if the both of these ions get discharged at that specific time interval, okay. So what that affect the total current of the given system. So the total current of the system, which can be calculated by using this speed of ions or velocity of ions, and the total current we can say indirectly depending upon the transport number, because transport number will incorporate this all the terms, that is speed and velocity, number of ions, then charges of ions. So we have introduced this common term, that is the transport number. So based upon this we can correlate the all the parameters related with the either cation or anion, because transport numbers are specific for cations as well as for the anions, and we know that the discharge of this cation and anion will takes place at equal time. So this charge carried by these two, total charge carried by cation and anion, will always be the unity. So that is overall transport number for the given solution is always unity. So keep in mind these few terms, and how that migrations of ions will takes place and all that things, you can refer this pdf, okay. So we are having this detailed knowledge of this, how the transference of these ions are happening in the given solution. So we will directly focusing upon this, what is meant by transport numbers, and how we can actually derive the relationship between transport number and velocity of the ions. So consider this first, transport number. What do you mean by transport number? So it is now well known that the capacity of the given electrolyte so as to conduct electricity is depending upon the various factors. So what are the various factors? One is the concentration, another one is the temperature, then next is the size of ions, which is indirectly depending upon the velocity of the ions. So we can say that there are the various parameters, and out of that this velocity of ion present in the given electrolyte is related with the transport number. So it is expected that different size of ions would lead to the uh, different fractional effect on their passage through the solvent when the electric current is passed through the solution. So it is follows therefore from that with different velocities, the current carried by the cations and anions is not been evenly divided between the cations and anions, because there are difference in the size. So it is obvious that the faster moving ion would carry a greater fraction of total current than the slower one. So the fraction of the total current which is carried through the solution by an anion or cation, so we can say that simply by a particular type of ion is called as a transport number or a transference number, and it has the symbol for T plus for cation and T minus for the anion. So the quantitative relationship between fraction of current which is carried by ions and its speed, which can be derived as follows. So in order derivation we will consider the simple construction where the electrolyte or the electrolytic solution is placed in the compartment having the electrode which are separated. Here it is a cathode, here it is anode. So they are separated by the distance of d. Okay, and this v plus is the velocity of cation, v plus v minus is the velocity of anion. This is the ab, which is the imaginary boundary or imaginary separation. Okay, now consider a definite volume of an electrolytic solution which is contained between the two parallel electrodes at a distance d apart from each other, and the electrical potential E is being applied across this system. Now the total number of cations in the given solution be the what? N plus, and the charge on each cation will be Z plus. The average migration velocity for this cation is V plus, and similarly you will also consider that total number of anions in the given solution be the N minus, charges on each anion be the Z minus, and having the average migration velocity of V minus. So in order to maintain the electron neutrality in the given solution, it is required that the number and charges. So in order to maintain this electron neutrality in the given solution, it is required that the number of cations into charge of cation should be equals to number of anion and charges on anion. That is, mathematically we can say that the product of n plus into z plus is equals to n minus into z minus. So the quantity of electric charges which are transported by the cations in the unit time across an imaginary boundary AB will be equals to the total electric charge possessed by the cations that lies within the distance of V plus from this plane. So we can simply say that the number of cations within the distance of V plus, or the distance from this boundary, that is V plus. So for this plane, the total number of cations within this distance will be n plus into V plus upon d, and the current carried will be what? The total number of ions into charge on the ion, that is current for the cation is n plus into V plus upon d into Z plus into E. Similarly for the anion also, the quantity of electric charge which is transported by the anions in the unit time across the same plane AB will be equals to what? The total electric charges which is possessed by all the anions that lies within the distance of nu minus from this plane. Thus we can say that the number of anions within the distance of nu minus from this plane is equals to what? N minus into V minus upon d, and hence the current carried will be what? N minus into V minus upon d into Z minus into E. So current carried by anion is this much. So what will be the total current? So total current will be the summation of cation current and anion current. So that is N plus V plus Z plus E upon d plus N minus V minus Z minus into E upon d. So by using the condition of electron neutrality, we can substitute that n plus into z plus is equals to what? N minus into z minus. So here we can take the common out for this n plus z plus E into V plus V minus upon d, or n plus, sorry, here in n minus should become, okay, n minus z minus into E, here n minus z minus into E upon V plus V minus upon d. So the fraction T plus of the total current which is carried by the cations is thus given by T plus upon I plus upon I. So we can say that just if you take the ratios of that current due to the cation upon total current, you will get that is V plus upon V plus V minus. Similarly, the transport number, which is what? Total current carried by the anions, ratio of fraction of current upon total current, that is T minus is equals to I minus upon I, or V minus upon V plus in plus V minus, or the ratio of T minus upon T plus is equals to what? V plus upon V minus. So simply we can say that this transport number is directly proportional to what? The velocity of particular ion. So that is transport number of ion is directly proportional to its absolute velocity. Since the transport number will gives you the fraction of total current carried by the ions, therefore it follows that the sum of transport number of ions in this solution will be equals to unity. That is transport number of cations plus transport number of anions is always equals to unity. So it has been discussed before that the fall in the concentration around the particular electrode is directly proportional to its velocity of ions that are moving away from that particular ion, and cathodes are like attracted towards what cation and they are moving away from anion. So we can simply say that the fall in concentration around cathode is directly related with the speed of anion, which is V minus, and fall in concentration of around anode is fall in concentration around or the speed of anions. Just a minute. So here cathode cations are attracted and anions are moving, so this is right, and here it should be cations. Okay, the speed of cations, that is V plus. So T plus can be expressed as the transport number for cation also can be expressed as the V plus upon V plus plus V minus, that is fall in concentration around cathode divided by fall in concentration around cathode and fall in concentration around anode. So we can say that overall fall in concentration around both of these electrons. And similarly for the transport number for the anion, it will become as what V minus upon V plus plus V minus, that is P fall in concentration around anode upon total concentration of current pass. Okay, so that is all about the transport number. Now we will see the few numericals and this application of the transport number in the electrochemistry. Okay.